Hello, it's PJ, your Wiradjuri Mermaid, with your general collective reading. This is a message for the collective of what it is Spirit wants to communicate. So today we are going to use a number of decks, as always. When I'm selecting the decks for my readings, I was going to say workshops because I do run a lot of workshops. I tend to pick whatever's calling me when I'm asking Spirit for what particular reading I'm doing. So I do have decks that are specified for love readings and career readings and all kinds of things. I do also offer a lot of general readings and individual readings. So these readings are just a sample of what Spirit is communicating. For personal readings, they are a lot more in depth and they are a lot more to do with generalized what you're asking, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So if you were interested in getting a personal reading, please reach out and I would definitely make sure that I can accommodate that for you. I can do anything bespoke. These cards don't want to play nicely, so I'm going to break the deck and let's see if they will give me a message now. So these ones are fairy cards, and or the Oracle of the Fairy, and I thought this might be nice for our beginner's message before we actually go into the reading. So we have solitude. Think of being alone as meaning as you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasure are those that wait silently during the quiet times. So I often say the word Yinjamara, which is a Wiradjuri word for exactly that, is sometimes we just need to be quiet and listen to what Spirit is trying to tell us. Then we've got life energy. The happy fairy sunshine brings lots of life, giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light, to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So this reading sounds like it is about being patient, that, you know, the ancestors, the Spirit are going to give us what it is we need. Then we've got precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. So this could be about you taking that moment and really focusing on what it is that you might be missing. So sometimes when we're waiting in solitude and we're like trying to be patient, we might be actually missing out on the bigger picture. So I feel like that's really important. Then we've got coming together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you many hands that make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. So take that as it resonates to you, but I feel like that's a really clear message. Then for some of us, or maybe all of us, we've got celebrations. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out, dance, play. An invitation could be on its way. So that's actually a lot of messages coming from Spirit, or the fairies. I like to call them the Fae. And I feel like they're all positive things. So this is a really lovely start to our collective. Okay, so we are going to start with these cards, which are favorites of mine. They actually have an additional card in the deck. So whenever I'm looking at new cards, I do like to see if there's some that have extra cards with extra meanings in them. So this one does have one. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. We've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Page of Swords, which is in the upright, and then we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like going back to the solitude, I feel like you're maybe struggling at the moment. This is a collective reading, so please take it as it resonates for you. I feel like things have slowed down for you and there's not a lot of clear communication. It could be that maybe you're, you know, taking some solitude and you're not sort of, you know, you might be cocooning or hermitizing, but we don't have the hermit in this reading. So it could be that, you know, you're just feeling a little bit of disconnection and things feel like they've really slowed down for you. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles in this, she's sitting in a storybook, but I feel like she's in this card, I feel like she's sort of stepping away from what her story is. Like there's like I feel like there's a stagnant energy happening. Again, take this as it resonates. Just this is what's standing out for me when I'm looking at the card and I'm reading the energy of the card rather than the overall meaning of the card. You can see like there's sort of smoke or steam coming up, and I feel like she's not happy with her story. You know, that, you know, she's kind of trying to go in a different direction to that. Then we've got Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is usually about the, you know, sowing those seeds, making stuff for abundance. Again, I said stuck, and I feel like what I'm really feeling, I'm feeling this really heavy stuck energy. So I don't know if this is like directed at anyone in particular, or you know, it's something that's going on with the collective at the moment, but I feel like there's just this stuckness. Things have slowed right down and paused. And then we've got the Page of Swords, so our messenger card. So there is some brightness coming. There is some battles to be won coming in. There is some great strength coming in. But at the moment with this stuck energy, and I want to feel like, I want to say, well, I want to feel like, I mean, what I feel like I want to say is that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin, but beautiful things are on their way. However, there's still a little bit of that pause. So if it's to do with a friendship, I feel like it might be just time to take that step back. If it's to do with other matters where there's other people, it could be just that time to take a step back and breathe, because I do feel that this bright light is going to come in. So listen to your intuition, listen to what you need to hear, and go from there. So I wouldn't think too much negative, but you know, just with this light coming in is, you know, I feel like it will outshine all of this and you will start to feel comfortable again. So I am now going to go to my Light Seers cards. You will notice that I do use these a lot in my readings. They are my favorite, one of my favorites. But I do also just like to use them. I do see a lot of other readers use these cards a lot, and they are just so beautifully easy to read, especially for people that read the energy of the cards over the overall messages. Yeah, there's definitely some light coming in. There's still that bit of a crossroads for you. A bit of stuck energy. Okay, so I'm going to push these up so I can see them. Sorry, I should have done that before. I will take these cards back when we're done. So it's about, you know, maybe there's a transition happening for you and it's time to move on to other things. Like this is an extreme move, like you're literally taking everything and leaving, but you are leaving that trail of light behind you. I would actually take a moment to think about whether this is the best thing for you. It could be that you just want to leave, but it's going to be a slow and long journey. I don't, it might be something that is a career path, or, you know, walking away from someone, but it is definitely a slow way to do this. We've also got the moon. So the moon, whenever I see the moon, is not everything is as it seems. So sometimes, you know, we always know the moon is there, but the moon goes through phases. And I do feel like at the moment, I mean, I'm looking at this and I feel like she's drowning. You feel like you're drowning, but there is dark in the lightness and there's light in the darkness. And remember, like, even though that the sun is out, we can still see the moon when it's there, until it turns, and then it you know, goes into its darkness. So I feel like it's a case of, and I'm hearing this verse, this too shall pass. So I don't know if that resonates to anyone, but I am hearing those words right now. So it could be that you just, you know, you're contemplating moving on, you're contemplating leaving, but I think it's about waiting for the phases to pass on. You have also let your defenses down a little bit. So, or maybe it's time to let your defenses down. Take it as it resonates to you. This is a collective reading, so it could mean that, you know, you've dropped your guard, or it could mean that you need to drop your guard. And when you do that, the light is going to shine on you. Things are going to actually, you know, turn better. You are going to get the recognition that you deserve. Then we've got the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is in reverse. I feel like there's this battle that's been going on for you, and you just feel like you can't go any further with it. And you've got to remember that the King of Wands, even though he's in reverse, he is the only knight that becomes the king. He's got a lot of strength behind him. So even though he is in reverse, it might just take that little bit longer to get there. Then we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. So when it's in the upright, we are looking at trying to make a decision. We're at a crossroads. At the moment, I feel like it means that you're not getting what you need. You're not getting all the information. And there's like a stuck energy. Like I feel like you feel that you don't have any options. And unfortunately, that's just, it's going to take patience. And with these other cards that are in reverse, it's just, I'm sorry, going to take a little bit longer to get to where it is that you want to go. It could be about time to reflect on whether these things are actually for you or not. I am seeing in this bottom row here, we've got the High Priestess and the Hierophant in reverse. Now, in the upright, these would be a divine counterpart. It could be that you might need to take a break from someone. It might be that you need to take a break from you know, work or friendships, or, you know, some hobbies or attitudes or stuff that you're doing in your downtime. The Sun in reverse, it does give me a little bit of shadow, but the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And even though it's in the reverse, and I just noticed that this bottom row is all major arcana, the Sun will shine again. We've had a lot of clouds around here at the moment, but the Sun is always there. It still brings us life. It still brings us warmth. So it might just take us a little while. Then we've got the Tower in reverse. So the Tower is about a quick acting message or change. When it's in the reverse, it's about that stuck energy. So again, I feel like you're feeling a little bit stuck. So it might be about taking that solitude, and all of these other things will come in. I am getting a really heavy energy from this reading. So I hope that whatever it is that you're going through, I can assure you that it is going to get better, but it's just not going to get better as fast as you want it to. But going back to that time card, be sure not to waste other people's time. You know, sometimes we need to take time. We need to look at other things. We need to find those happiness. So if you can practice some gratitude, even though when things feel dark, things will get better. Then we've got the Empress in reverse. So the Empress in reverse, in the upright, she's all about abundance and she's all about fertility and things like that. I feel like you're stretching your resources at the moment. And unfortunately, with this, you are going to have to keep stretching them. I hate it when readings aren't positive, but unfortunately, at this stage, it isn't a great reading, but we've still got more to go. Again, those words, this too shall pass, it will. Now, the Hierophant in reverse is about disconnection to trusting the spirit. So it is a religious card. So whatever religion it is that you practice, for me, I'm agnostic. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in dream time. And I also do believe in manifestations. So I feel like the Hierophant in reverse is telling you that you've lost sight of those things. So whatever it is that you do for your particular spirituality, it's time to re-engage with that. Don't forget that that spirit is there. So your religion, your whatever it is you pray to is still there. Okay, so hopefully when we look at these next cards that are to come out, we might get something a little bit more positive. I do apologize, and I'm sorry that anyone that's hearing this message at the moment is going through that. And I am sending you all my love and lots of positive energy. I'm actually going to put those cards in the middle. I'll give them a big shuffle when I finish this reading. So now we've got any messages Spirit want us to know. What's our outcome? I've seen a card flip. I'm going to chuck you there. Yeah. So the Death card is about new beginnings. It's about final endings. It's about letting go of things that don't serve us. There is heartbreak. But there is love. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Anything? Nothing else flipped. Okay. All right. So going back to those previous cards, it could be time to cut ties with something and end it. Whatever that is hurting your heart, it's time to let go of it. If you don't let go of it, you're not making way for new energies and better things to come in. There is Lovers. So the Lovers isn't always about love in general. It can sometimes represent, you know, a partnership, be it for work, be it for love, be it for friendship. So take it as it resonates for you. Until you get rid of whatever it is that's hurting your heart, this won't come in. There's still a level of disharmony with the Four of Pentacles. More money's going out than what's being saved at the moment. But let's see what else the cards have to say. Got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So in the upright, it's pouring and filling the cup. You're pouring for an empty cup at the moment. Your cup is really, really running on empty. So it might be time to take that solitude, to take that step back. I do really, really hope you can find things that bring you joy. Oh my goodness, there's still so many sad things. Then we've got the Nine of Cups, or the Nine of Wands, sorry, my apologies. The Nine of Wands in this is about, you're still cutting yourself on trying to hang on to something that's not there. Oh wow, I'm actually getting choked up. So I feel like there's a lot of sadness at the moment for you. And going back to cutting ties and that rebirth, you can see like once she does, these beautiful lilies come in. So stop cutting yourself on your own sword. Stop cutting yourself on your own wands. You can see that she's cut herself. She's actually really injured herself on these thorns. So it's about cutting those emotional ties. And then we've got the Two of Wands, a reminder that things are going to get better. We've got the world in our hands. We just need to know how to maintain them. We're hanging on to things. I feel like whoever this message is for, they're hanging on to things that aren't there or aren't doing that are just hurting them. Ace of Wands, there will be growth. There will be new beginnings. There could be some beautiful love coming in. There could be a lot of passion, but you can see, you know, this book is about growth. The story is not yet finished. It's really important to realize that this is just a phase we're going through, like that moon that we've seen before. You're still feeling uncomfortable with yourself. You're still feeling that disharmony, but the light will shine again. Let's see what the Moon Oracle messages have for you, and then I'm going to flip the coin. I'm really sorry that this message is so solemn, but it is for someone. Someone needs to hear it, and I am sending you a hug and love and all the healing that you need to get past it. Now, I know that a card just flipped then. There it is. Yeah, wow. Waxing Dubious 2, Fear. I feel like you're afraid to let go. Is there any other messages from Spirit that we need to hear? Okay, let's try one more. Nope. Let's see what's on the bottom. I feel like there was one more. Then we've got the Warning Dubious 6. So there is wisdom coming in. So once you get past your fears, that wisdom will come in. And we've got 11 and 22. So if you're into numerology and numbers, I'm sure that will resonate with some of you. This is such a heavy reading, and again, my heart aches for you. And I do want you to know that I do honestly send you healing on this. We do have the flip a coin, so the no and the yes. I am going to flip that, and then I'm going to cleanse the space again with my singing bowl, which I didn't do at the beginning of the reading. And when I forget those kinds of things, it's because Spirit probably really wants me to cleanse this reading away so I don't keep that heavy energy with me. So we're going to flip a coin, think of a yes or no question, and I'm going to flip now. Oh, the answer is no. So I will cleanse this space again. So if this reading has left you really heavy, take this sound in, breathe it in. Sending you loving, healing, and big hugs. I'm sorry this was such a heavy reading.